For Comedy Hype News, I'm John Ava. As you should know, Katt Williams is currently having the internet talking after he would pay a visit to Club Shay Shay podcast hosted by Shannon Sharpe. As we previously mentioned, Williams would take aim at several of his fellow comedians for a number of reasons. Now, part of his conversation, Williams would expose legend and fellow comedian Martin Lawrence for allegedly trying to put him in a dress. For those who have been following us for some time, you should know there's been talks for a while that black comedians at one point are pressured to wear a dress on film. This for some has been seen as a form of buck breaking and a way to show Hollywood you're down to do whatever it is to make it. Well, while speaking with Shannon Sharpe, Williams would expose a conversation he had with Martin Lawrence in which he would share that Lawrence tried to get him to wear a dress for big mamas like Father Like Son, but after turning down the offer, they would go with Brandon C. Jackson instead. Martin tried to put me in my first dress. When he had to go in on his hiatus, he told me, "Katt, when I come back, I need you. You my young partner, my young brother in comedy. I need you. Promise me my next movie, it will be me and you. We gonna do it together. We gonna do some buddy cop shit." I said, "Martin, you got my mother effing word. When you come back, I'm in your movie, don't trip. I don't need to see the script or nothing." At this point, Williams would go on to reveal that Martin would announce he wanted him to join him for 2011's Big Mama House Like Father Like Son during a meeting with white executives.
You know, we get in that office and this fool pull out Big Mama's House too. I almost died. And I gotta read this script from all these good white people where this nigga want me to get in a dress with him. And I'm literally saying to everybody, why is he in a dress again?
Now, interestingly enough, this story would remind us of the time Dave Chappelle would share that he too was approached to wear a dress, and it turns out it also involved a Martin Lawrence project. Chappelle would break his silence back in 2006 while speaking with Oprah.
But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here. So the writer comes in. I think he's the writer. He's like, Dave, listen, we got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail. So he disguises you as a prostitute. And he put this dress on. Why are they putting us in these dresses? But the minute it was clear, I was adamant. I'm not wearing a dress. I'm not wearing the dress. All right, fine.
Now, the film Chappelle was referring to was Lawrence's 1999 film, Blue Streak, in which the two would share the screen. This would come a year later after he would star in the cult classic, Half Baked. Now, unlike our previous report involving Cedric the Entertainer, Lawrence has yet to respond to these claims. As you would also know, in an interview with Comedy Hype, Brandon C. Jackson would admit that he would regret wearing the dress Katt would end up turning down.
Only Katt Williams. Katt Williams was trying to always say, Brandon, don't wear a dress. You know,
he called you, or is this?
No, he was saying it in the media, so I thought he was heckling me. He was really trying to help me at the time. I didn't know that. I was immature.
Right.
I feel like, dang, why I'm trying to make it. Why you bashing me? And then he was trying to warn me, you know, don't get in the dress. So the awakened Brandon, you couldn't pay him $1 trillion to get in the dress.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I can only speak from my journey. Once I put the dress on and I had that fire was put out.
Yeah. And
I only did it one time. So imagine doing it 3 times, 4 times. But then Tyler Perry did it, he got stronger. I don't know the rules. You know what I'm saying? This is what happened to me. I'm not here to knock another brother because that's their path.
Yeah.
That's one thing I don't do is knock my brothers because that's their path. But I'm saying my path, when I put on a dress, it came with a demon baby mama and a starter kit for hell. That's what happened to me. You haven't seen me since, to be honest. But then I feel stronger though.
Would you like warn other stand-up comedians about a dress?
Yeah, I had an interview too where I would do it. I would do it eloquently and say I wouldn't wear the dress if you're chosen. You know, some people can wear the dress; it doesn't affect them. But you know, I don't know. For me, it didn't work. So I can say I wouldn't advise anybody to do it. Just who wants to roll that dice?
Yeah, and as you look back on it now, you kind of would never.
If I had a time machine, you know, we was with Marty McFly, I would go back, you know, and punch myself in the chest.
Now, this isn't the first time we've heard Katt Williams comment on this subject. Back in 2013, while speaking with Black Tree TV, Williams would go on to comment on comedians like Kevin Hart wearing a dress. He would go on to say, at the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. We have Big Mama's House 1, 2, and 3. A part of his new interview with Shannon Sharpe, Williams will also take aim at Tyler Perry and Ricky Smiley, who are both known for wearing dresses and playing women. Now, when it came to Ricky Smiley, Katt would deny Smiley's claims that he originally was supposed to play Money Mike in Friday After Next, as he would tell Shannon Sharpe back in February of 2023. According to Williams, he and over 200 other comedians auditioned for the part and would go on to ask why none of the cast from Friday After Next co-signed Smiley claims. And he even pointed out that it didn't make sense for a then Christian comedian, Smiley, to play a pimp. This interview with Shannon Sharpe is definitely going to have people talking throughout the rest of the week, as he would also touch on Chris Tucker returning for Friday, Harvey Weinstein, his epic Wanda Smith roast, and more. Let's talk about it more in the comments below. Was Williams wrong for exposing his conversation with Lawrence? And what are your thoughts about hearing the similar story involving a Martin project? And for more news and comedy, be sure to subscribe here to the YouTube channel and follow Comedy Hype across all social media. For Comedy Hype News, I'm John Opp.